everyone. How are you? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So today's reading is going to be a little different. I'm going to do a reading or a couple of readings, one on tarot, and then I'll do a Lenormand about the rumors that I've been hearing the past month or so about there being an attack planned. Apparently, there was like an Event 201 type of setup done by the usual suspects, and that they claimed that they plan for a huge attack on July 4th, 2025. So they're saying that, this could just have been a hypothetical date, but it could also be, Bill Gates and his gang of thugs there. They're globalists, George Soros, Bloomberg, the usual suspects. World Health Organization, all that. There's been a lot of news of the World Health Organization and Keir Starmer joining them, and a lot of moves by the globalists. In other words, they're still trying to do whatever they're trying to do. And that apparently, some are saying, is an attack in the United States where they said like hundreds of thousands of people die at once. So I want to know if there's any truth to this. Are they really planning an attack on July 4th? In America? So let's take a look and see what the cards show. For entertainment purposes only. I just want to see what I get here. It always seems like they're trying to fear monger us. But who knows? Maybe this time they mean it. Bill Gates has been threatening, saying, oh, there's going to be another pandemic. It's going to be much worse the next one, they just love, they're so evil. They just love spreading fear and terrorizing people with their garbage. So how these people have not been arrested yet is beyond me. Anyhow, are they really planning it, or are they just trying to scare everybody with their, whatever their gain of function, their attacks on humanity's criminals? It's Satanists that they are. Let's see what's going on here. What's going on with them? Or maybe they were planning it, because apparently they got it from this Event 201 type of thing. I don't remember when it happened. I guess it happened recently. But maybe it could have just been something they were throwing the idea around just to see what, I don't know, just for how Satanist criminals have fun. They get together and plan attacks and then put it out in the public so that everybody can react to it, right? I don't know. Let's see. Let's find out. What's going on here? Let's see what they're really doing here. Are they really planning another attack? If so, what have they done so far? What are they expecting to do in July 4th? Again, this is July 4th, 2025. All right, let's see. Let me see one last shuffle here. Is there really going to be an attack? It's going to kill all these people on July 4th. Yeah, let's see. Find out what's going on. What's going to happen? See what the cards show. All right, general situation. Temperance. Something medical. My first idea is I'm thinking it's a medical card. Someone dealing with mixing up different compounds here, viruses or something. So an attack on people's health, no doubt. Perhaps dealing with water. A lot of water involved here. Something being released, something that's held back, that maybe on July 4th they're planning to release this new virus or something. Poison of some sort, bioweapon, whatever you want to look at it as. So I do think that there is something Bill Gates and his gang are looking at contemplating releasing in either the water supply, perhaps, or just in the environment. Bottom of it all, hierophants. This is an official, I think, of the World Health Organization type of organization behind it. The Vatican, you could say, as well, as a part of all this, and the globalist structure. So this looks like it would be something that would be involving a major organizations there that have been attacking us so far. The basis of the situation. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're looking to do another type of attack. I mean, they love COVID. They want to do that all over again. They just love it because they want to destroy everyone, destroy society, and they want to, you know, a new world order. So they want to destroy everything in order to rebuild in their technocracy. Not looking good so far. They're not having good plans here. What have they done so far? Sun reversed. So I do think that we'll be talking about their looking towards the summertime for their plans. Of course, they want to ruin all your summer plans. Were you planning on going to the beach and traveling and going out? No, they don't want you having a good time. So I think that's probably part of the reason why they want to do it over the summertime. Prevent you from traveling anywhere and to hamper everybody's travel. They hate the idea of peasants traveling, right? How dare you? It's how these crazy megalomaniac monsters, these inbreds, I think. So what are they expecting to do? All right, so they're putting out a lot of big drama, beating the drums here, and I think they do plan on frightening the hell out of everybody. I think wands at the media, social media, and lying and beating and trying to stir up a lot of fear mongering. So they're spreading the fear here with the lies and the drama, and they may do. I don't see this as being a major event the way it's being. They perhaps would love to have a major event, but they know they're not going to get away with it again. But they are going to try to hamper travel and try to get people all talking about it and spreading the fear, the mind virus fear here. They just want to mess with everyone's mind. So what gets in their way? What gets in the way of stopping them? Oh, look at that. See, yeah. So that's good. Major arcana. So people are well aware of what they're trying to do and how they're messing around with everyone. So I do think that people are not going to allow them, not going to let them scare us, so like last time, people aren't going to fall for the same trick twice. So that works against them because people are just going to be like, oh, here we go again. Bill Gates is at it again. And people are going to ignore him. And the rest of them, nobody cares what Tedros thinks. Nobody. And everyone will ignore them and just continue off their way. And that's going to be a major hurdle for them. I don't think they're going to get away with anything here. So what helps them in doing this? Oh, yeah. See, these are the people who are still wearing the masks, and they're afraid to go out, and they're like, so the people who are like real hypochondriacs and real fearful and, basically mentally ill anyways, somewhat damaged, PTSD. I mean, everybody's damaged to a certain extent. Those people, but this is more of a minor arcana compared to the major arcana, what prohibits them from succeeding in some kind of attack. It's going to be, I think it's going to be more of a mental thing. It's just to get everybody all worked up and crazy. That's what they're trying to do. And there will be some crazies who will, want to continue hysteria and passing it around. And so how does the public affect them? Because if nobody cooperates, then nothing happens, right? So yeah, so here we go, Four of Wands. So the public is just going to continue doing what they're doing, and yeah, it doesn't really affect the globalists and what their plans. They're going to still do whatever they want to do because but it's not going to be. It doesn't look like it's going to be. They don't have too high an expectation, but I think they do want to see how it's always a test, right? Everything they're doing is they're testing. Like, remember, I don't know if it was 2023 or even 2024 when they tried to bring the masks back. They even had a hospital and like a movie studio and like a couple of places just said, okay, we're bringing the masks back. Like, they're always testing to see if they can. They eventually gave up on that idea, and after like 10 or 12 or 100 different Omicron variants. What was the last one? XV123 or something. And so they keep trying. So I see this as another test. So they've been quiet for a while. So they're going to come out and test again to see what they can do to trigger people to. I'm getting it's another psychological test. So as things progress, I think that they're, getting. They're analyzing everything, analyzing them. This is like the data. This is your personal data that they all want, right? And that they're gathering, and they are analyzing, and of course using their online analysis and social media and whatnot to figure out when the best time to scare everyone. So will they actually do something? And again, I get the idea of an announcement. This is like the mainstream media coming out to scare everybody to death. So they are going to try to pull something. And the mainstream media is so coordinated. I just saw a video on X that you have to see. It's very quick.
To the dramatic scene in the Oval Office today, the tense confrontation, President Trump ambushing the president of South Africa.
Up next, another Oval Office meltdown, President Trump ambushing the president of South Africa.
President Trump is being accused of conducting something of a diplomatic ambush of South Africa's president in the Oval Office.
To be with you, I'm Katie Tur. President Trump orchestrated another Oval Office ambush today.
Today, Donald Trump meeting with the president of South Africa and attempting to ambush and humiliate that leader.
Zelensky territory, where essentially he was a bit ambushed inside the Oval Office.
Felt like an ambush in there, kind of like the President Zelensky meeting in the Oval Office.
This was an ambush. It was orchestrated.
Cyril Ramaphosa brought his best diplomatic self to this meeting, but nothing could have prepared him for this multimedia ambush.
What started as, to some degree, an ambush.
Well, Katie, I mean, it was an ambush.
Ambush.
Ambushed.
Ambush.
An ambush.
Ambushing.
Ambushed inside the Oval Office.
Yeah, so there you have it. We're going to be ambushed by the forces behind the mainstream media that ambush us every freaking day with their coordinated messaging and lies. And they just think they can control everyone with this. All psyops, all psychological manipulation, and they're still at it. They won't stop. Like they're an old dog, and they have no new tricks. And the old tricks aren't working anymore. And so they seem to be increasingly getting more volatile and violent. So I'm gonna pull out some Lenormand cards just to tap. I am getting a yes. They're gonna do some kind of crazy announcement to be like that ambush thing. You see how easy it is to get all the different channels, news channels at the same time, barking the same thing. So they'll come out, and I'm sure they'll all be saying the same thing again. So it's a reminder to be aware of that. One more time here. Let's see. They look like they're itching for more tyranny, and they love scaring people. And I think that we're so stupid, and they can just get a few talking heads and repeat the same phrases that everyone's just going to accept it. And I'm hoping that most people have moved beyond that at this point. For anyone who's still watching the mainstream media. The only time I see the mainstream media is when clips like that come out on Twitter. It's the only time I ever see anything, because I definitely never stopped watching them a long time ago. So anyway, let's see. Are they planning on attacking us with another deadly something or other? Are they attacking us again? Let's find out. Let's see what these murderers, Bill Gates and the rest of them, are up to. They're planning on another attack on people, murdering more people. So at the bottom of it all, I get Tower. These are not red reversed, so these are Normans. You read the Norman properly. Yeah, not looking good. Tower, official, government, World Economic Forum. Clover, a small opportunity. trying to pull something like gamble. This is a gambling kind of card by, Gavi and, Bill Gates controls the World Health Organization, all that. They're going to do something to cause a great amount of suffering across here. So they are looking for an opportunity to cause as much suffering and get people hurting somehow and sick. Crossroads, decision, more than one possible decision here. A dog. Okay, a dog could be literally about animals. Now, they do like bringing out their bird flu. Maybe they're going to come out with a dog flu, but the dog is also someone that could be they're trying to get somebody who acts like a friend or a protector, something that protects people. So they may be trying to use an opportunity of something that people are using to protect themselves and try to use it against us somehow. And it could be literally our own pets. Now they do want to go after the dogs and cats. You know that. They want to take away your animals and they want you make it think that it's not safe to have your dogs that protect you or something. So they may be targeting your best friend here or your pets. So look out with that. It might be one of the tactics they may be trying to do. Are they going to do another attack? And I get garden. Garden is a neutral card, but garden is a public space. And it's society that's talks about something within the public arena or the group. So it could be an attack on a particular group or an event of some sort, like a concert or place like Disneyland or something like with a lot of people. It looks like that may be the setting for their they're planning an attack, which is a neutral card. So I'm not getting a definite yes or no at this point with Norman. July 4th. Are they planning an attack? What's going on? I get, oh my goodness, coffin. Well, news is this is a negative card, so it would mean no. Bad news is the coffin about death. Death in the public sphere. Wow. So I'm going to go with it being a no. And because even though I see them announcing something publicly to rile up the public about some fake deaths or deaths from other causes, they'll try to blame it on like the measles thing they just pulled, right? Not gonna get into all that, but they like doing their scares. So I do see some kind of scare, but it's not an actual like an event. It's just an announcement. They're going to use the media to scare everybody again and try to pump up this. They'll come up with a new monkeypox or dog pox. Bird flu seems to be the flavor they like right now, and they're going to maybe kill a bunch of birds and make a fake kind of events. So I see them doing something to scare the public, but it's not really an event. It's just going to be something to psychologically attack us with. So the best thing to do, and we do have all the power here, and that is just being safe and not over listening to them and like her hands on the mouth of the lion. You can see the lion as the globalist news with their ambush garbage and just taking it and putting your hands on either side, just closing the mouth, turning off the knob, clicking off and ignoring them, which is what everyone should be doing, ignoring all of them. Bill Gates and his gang, because they mean nothing. They are nothing. So there you have it. That is what I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.